Sisi addresses the nation on the 34th anniversary of Sinai Liberation Day. At least 14 dead in regime rebel attacks in Syria's Aleppo. And Yemen peace talks enter fourth day as bombing kills 7 Yemeni soldiers in anti-Qaeda offensive. Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi addressed the nation today on the occasion of the 34th anniversary of Sinai Liberation Day. During his address, the president said that Egypt acknowledges and appreciates the sacrifices made by members of the police and army, stressing that the armed forces would not give away any part of the country. The head of state went on to note that terrorism is receding in the Sinai Peninsula, adding that development would begin in this part of the country. President Sisi also vowed during his address that Egypt would not accept any threat to its national security. Touching on other issues of concern to citizens, the president said the army was exerting its utmost efforts to curb hiking prices. He gave his directive to the government to look into ways to deal with inflation and the hike in prices, with the aim of protecting the low-income brackets. Earlier in the day, President Sisi, the chief commander of the armed forces, laid a wreath of flowers on the tomb of the unknown soldier to mark the event. The president was accompanied by the general commander of the armed forces, Minister of Defense, General Sinai Subhi, and Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces, General Mahmoud Higazi. The president also visited the tomb of late President Anwar al-Sadat. Marking the 34th anniversary of Sinai Liberation Day, Prime Minister Sharif Ismail sent a congratulatory message to President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. In his speech, the Prime Minister reiterated the government's commitment to carrying out and seeing through the large development projects in the Sinai Peninsula that aim at creating new communities and job opportunities. Ismail sent a similar message to the Minister of Defense, General Sinai Subhi, in which he asserted the role of the army in preserving national security. Minister of Interior, General Magdi Abdel Ghaffar, described Egypt's security and stability, as well as the safety of its citizens, as a red line. His statement came during a meeting with the Interior Ministry's high-ranking officers, during which they discussed the security situation and the latest developments on the domestic arena. The minister went on to say that the security apparatus would deal firmly in accordance with the law and the constitution with any attempts to disrupt security, vowing that security forces would thwart any attempts to attack vital installations. The minister also expressed his confidence that citizens would not be influenced by calls for chaos and attempts to damage relations between the people and the security apparatus. Prime Minister Sharif Ismail appointed Mrs. Safa Higazi as the new head of the Egyptian Radio and Television Union, the ERTU, for 2 years, succeeding Mr. Assam al-Amir. The decision also stipulates reforming the ERTU Council under Higazi for the coming 2-year period. Higazi was previously head of the news sector. Members of the Secretariat's Council include head of the State Information Service, the Grand Mufti, head of the Central Authority for Management, the Executive President of the National Authority for Communications, the General Secretaries of the Women's Council, the Mother and Child Council, the Higher Council for Culture. Members of the ERTU Secretariat Council also include heads of the main sectors in the Union and a number of economic and media experts, journalists, as well as public figures. Now, the new Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dr. Ali Abdulal, announced the final formation of the House's subcommittees. Abdulal said that members of the committees were elected in a free democratic vote within the House. He added that forming the committees paves the way for Parliament to commence its legislative and monitoring duties. The Parliament Speaker noted that a number of laws, draft laws, auditing reports and decrees will refer to these subcommittees for discussion. Other news now, US President Barack Obama warned that it would be a mistake to send Western troops into Syria to overthrow the regime.